So hello everyone and welcome to this small talk. We're going to be talking about thematics. Well, without further ado, actually, I'll introduce our guest, which is the product manager for Thematics. Patrick, could you please say a couple of words on what it is you do here at SwissBorg?
Yeah, hello everybody, and first of all, thanks a lot for all joining this session. I'm really looking forward to it. So, yes, you just said I'm the product manager at SwissBorg for Thematics. Joined actually SwissBorg a few months ago in July. And yeah, I live in Zurich, and I'm now really excited to very soon launch with the whole team the Thematics. And yeah, looking forward to discuss your questions here. So, yeah, exciting about that.
The the follow-up definitely then has to be, could you please explain a little bit what Thematics is and how it's going to work, if that's possible?
Yeah, so Thematics is basically quite a complete new product that we are here now launching at Swissborg. The idea is to bring a complete new investment experience that will allow you to just a few clicks to invest in a diversified to have a diversified investment. And to be a bit more concrete, Thematics. So the idea Thematics are bundles of cryptos that allows you to invest into a specific topic, a topic you like. And what's really exciting here is that you can simply invest in what you believe. And in the end, Swissborg will then take care of the rest. And yeah, so what's cool here is that we designed it in such a way that basically everybody can use it from the beginner to the expert investor.
Thank you for that, Patrick. So you've explained a little bit about how Thematics works. So why did you choose Web3?
Good question.
Bit of a broad question, but yeah.
Yeah, why Web3? I mean, maybe let's start first of all to quickly explain what is Web3 in a few sentences. So just to make it clear here, we mean the new internet with Web3, the kind of new evolution, the evolution we have of the current internet that is more fair, transparent, and where in the end users own the data. So yeah, and I mean it's a good question. I mean we could have chosen DeFi, metaverse, social media, so many topics to start with, and in the end, why Web3? Just because then if you believe in crypto, then yeah, Web3 will be the fundament of the new internet. And when we say Web3 here, what we mean is obviously the different blockchains out there supporting this whole concept of Web3. Without, in the end, those blockchains out there, without this infrastructure, I mean, obviously there is no DeFi, there is no metaverse, etc. So yeah, I think that's a bit the reason why we decided to start with Web3, because it's all starts there in the end.
Amazing. So invest in the things that you believe in, and the first thematic is Web3. How exactly is Thematics going to enable you to invest in Web3? What's the mechanism behind it? What's going to be working in the system for us to be able to invest in that specific sector, for example? Could you go a bit more in details?
Yeah, so we'll try to explain that in a simple way. So imagine the first thing you will do is you will be able to do is choose a topic you like, and this topic you like will then contain a bundle of coins. Now in the first thematic it will be 13 coins, and once you bought this topic or this bundle of coins, what we will do is every week we will look at the coins and the performance of the coins and take the profit from the best tokens, from the best coins, and reinvest this profit into the lagging ones. So that's one of the first thing we are doing with Thematics on a weekly basis. Then going further and knowing that in the end the crypto world is full of innovation, constant innovation. Obviously there will be always new companies performing better out there, or the ones that are performing a bit less good. So what we will do, we will assess for you all the tokens on a regular basis, all the tokens and coins inside this thematic, to make sure that you always have the best assets inside your thematic. And that's actually all the research we are doing on those coins. And in the end, I would say the last step to sum up this is that we try always, where possible, to optimize each of the coins or tokens you have in your thematic, kind of a cherry on the cherry on the cake, if you want, in the sense that every single coin inside the thematic, if we see there is an opportunity to make more profit on it, like investing the funds into using staking to have more rewards, we will do it. Yeah. So yeah, basically that's the 4 steps. A bit more clear about how the thematics will work.
Nice. Sounds complicated, so I'm hoping it's going to be simple to use. The Web3 will be the first thematic. I'm just wondering, what about the next one in terms of composition and release date?
Yeah, well, I can't be too much specific about that at the moment, but we are working. I can let you know. I can promise you that we are working already on the next one. And the idea here is not yet another thematic, yet another topic like metaverse, social media, etc. The idea is to have, in the end, a thematic that is probably uncorrelated to that one, to have a bit something different to what we will propose with Web3. A thematic that we will call a new kind of thematic we will call smart in the sense that you will have some rules behind to regulate the frequency of the rebalancing of the coins inside the thematic, but also to regulate in the end maybe when we buy or sell. It's in the end those smart thematic that we want to introduce later. It's based on rules, if you want, on conditions. So a bit different than the one we are here bringing out with Web3. But in the end, what we want to do is each of the thematics if the thematic should be somehow a bit unique in its kind. That's what we should try to do. So we focus now on the quality and making sure that this Web3 will fly, and then we will move towards another thematic later.
Amazing.
Yeah, thank you.
About that smart thematic, one of the other questions in the Slido was related to the possibility of being able to define your own thematics. Is that kind of what you're working on with the smart thematic, being able to select which tokens you want to have more or less of, and at what price you want to be able to buy it? Is that all part of customization for the new thematics that are planned?
I mean, it could be one option of doing a smart thematic, that you design your own smart thematic where you decide when the thematic should be rebalanced, when we should buy or sell each of the assets. But to be honest, I don't think it will be the very next step we will go for, just because we rather want to have like a product that in the end anybody can use, which is focused on the simplicity and rather on the configuration. So a bit if we compare Apple versus Microsoft in terms of the user experience and how much you can configure things behind, if you know what I mean. So yeah, just to say, we follow a bit more, I would say, the Apple approach in this sense at the moment. But I mean, obviously, we are really looking forward to all the feedbacks we will get from you guys very soon, and then yeah, we will adapt the product according to that.
Perfect. Thank you. So, will there be an option to auto-invest in the thematics? So, for example, similar to a standing order, effectively, you could set it for every day, every week, something like that, to buy X amount, on those designated days, something that's reoccurring, like a reoccurring investment. Is that something that you're going to be offering with the thematics?
Yeah, and I'm really looking forward to that. We call it kind of auto invest, yeah. And
Yeah, auto invest, yeah.
exactly. And basically, this will be done. To answer the question, yes, we plan this, and this will be. I mean, it's not just a product that we will, or a feature that we will develop just for Thematics. It's a feature that we are now developing for the whole app, right? For all tokens and coins inside the app. So
Nice,
basically,
nice.
this one will be then available for all all the assets you have in your portfolio. So it can be
Yeah,
Thematics, but it
like
can be any coins, or tokens.
yeah, like basically an app-wide auto invest. So that
Yeah,
feature will be available pretty much for all of the features and upcoming features. That's
yeah.
good. That's brilliant. I think it's something that's been needed for quite some time, to be honest. I know there's going to be a lot of people in the community. I will anyway. I know I could speak for myself. I'll be very happy when I can just set and forget. It'd be brilliant.
It helps ease the user experience as well.
Mm, mm.
As a follow-up question, I see Headfield wants a thematic with 99% CHSB. Talking about the amount of CHSB that are in the thematics, is the token going to be featured everywhere? And if so, do we know at what percentage generally?
I can tell you for sure for the first thematic Web3, there will be some CHSP inside. It will represent 10% of the whole portfolio. And very probably, we will introduce it also in future thematics, but that's not yet decided.
Excellent.
LSP, do you want to go with the devil question?
I'm scared to ask, but I'm going to do it for the community.
Go for it.
When thematics?
Yeah, I think you told me, Benji, a few days ago that actually you hold a smart talk. There was a smart talk 1 year ago about thematics, right? And now 1 year later, and still no thematics. No, but so I can tell you the good news is that thematic should come out this week, more precisely on Thursday. And
Nice.
but not to everybody. We will roll out that in different phases. We will start with the Genesis and our Genesis and Pegasus members. So that will be this Thursday, and then 1 week later, so next week, we will release it to the winners of the Earn tournament that we did some weeks ago, and the influencers, and then 1 week again later, so meaning 2 weeks from now, we will then do the public launch.
Amazing. So this week for all
Excellent.
of the Genesis Premium users, I know that there's quite a few in here, so I hope that makes a few happy people. So the Web3 thematic will be available straight away on Thursday on their app. If everything goes according
Yeah,
to plan, obviously.
exactly. But yeah, I'm pretty confident at the moment. So yeah,
Amazing.
looking forward to that.
Could you
Fantastic.
could you sell us a little bit the feature that was the most complicated to implement from the thematics?
What for sure was one of the biggest challenge, I guess, is the rebalancing here. In the end, what we do with rebalancing, so here I mean every week when we buy and sell each of the assets inside your thematic to if you want, bring back all the different allocation of your asset back to the initial allocation. This is a kind of new mechanism that we didn't had so far, right? And with the single tokens and coins inside the marketplace. So this was, I would say, one of the most challenging piece to implement, because it's just new in his kind for our system. So yeah, I mean, also on that point, we are continuously gathering feedbacks and on how it evolves to then improve our system as a whole.
Fantastic. Thank you.
One of the questions that's perhaps a little bit less fun to hear about, and then we'll get to the giveaway and we'll start taking a couple of questions from the community as much as we can, but we probably won't be able to go through everything. Patrick, could you talk a little bit about the fee structure for Thematics? Because I'm guessing all of this isn't going to be 100% free.
Yeah, so fees. Yeah, as you can imagine, I mean, it's not just simply exchanging tokens here. It's much more than that. We have been building thematics for now months. So we had somehow to put the fees to have a kind of different structure of fees for thematics. You will have different kind of fees. You will have basically the buy and sell fees, and then there will be also a fee on the rebalancing. But here, important to mention, the fee on the rebalancing is only on the portion of the assets that gets rebalanced, portion that where we buy and sell basically the assets, so not on the whole balance. Then we will introduce at a later point this year, we will introduce the thematic fee, which will be the fee recurring, if you want, the monthly fee for the thematics.
All right, and all of that will be specified in the blog so people can get the info, because I'm guessing it also differs depending on your premium tier and all of that. So let's say your Genesis premium. Could you give an example of how much you would pay to keep a thematic for, let's say, 2 years or 3 years, maybe? Just like a little example.
So basically, in those, let's say, 3 years, you would pay 1% as a Genesis to buy the thematic, and then you will pay also 1% of the rebalancing fees, but again just on the portion of the portion of the thematic that gets rebalanced, exactly, the rebalance amount. You will have a 2% fee per year on top of that.
Okay, perfect.
So
there we go. Yeah. We can add it up to 4 or 5% ish for a couple of years.
Yeah, exactly. It will be around that. Yeah, for 5 years, around the calculation we did. I mean, we cannot obviously predict the
market situation.
Exactly, but we will be around 4 to 4%. Yeah, about for Genesis member.
Yeah. So in crypto world, pretty much nothing for 5 years. I mean, if the 4% is the biggest impact you have on your portfolio, it's that we have had a very, very good market.
Yeah, it's negligible.
Let's get to the fun stuff. So in the SB Coffee text channel, you guys know it, you will find a giveaway bot that will for 5 minutes be a clicker. You can just click on it and then you're in the prize pool. Everyone has the same odds of winning, and it's literally free money. I mean, it will be difficult to find an easier way to make money. You come here, you get information, you get knowledge about your token, and you get some CHSB. I think by now most of you have won on the Smart Talk giveaways, so it's definitely a good way to get more CHSB without doing that much. And without further ado, Patrick, I'm not sure how much time you've got left, but do you think we're able to squeeze a couple of community questions? I see there.
Yeah, let's go for it. Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
There was one that was really good, and I'm sure we can answer relatively quickly, which is, are the dev teams for the earn strategies and thematics independent, or do both topics compete for resources?
No, we are working really, I would say, autonomously, and each product team has its own resources. So could be that some point we share some resources, but then we help each other obviously when there is an important release or whatever. But in general, we have dedicated resources for both earn and thematics.
Yeah, you might fight over Smart Talk hosts and stuff like that, but the rest is safe.
Okay. Here's an interesting question. Is there a max amount authorized to place in thematics, or can I put my million inside as an example?
Yeah, very good question.
I saw it and I thought, you know, that's an interesting question. I'm going to put Patrick on the spot. You know.
So you will be able to invest a maximum of 1 million into thematics for the moment. But at a time, you can top up only 50,000 so far.
Sure.
Only?
Yeah, well,
just 50,000 change.
just because of the 1 million you mentioned before. But yeah.
I'd be happy to have those problems. Oh man, I can only buy
Yeah.
50,000 at a time. This is such a bummer.
Can you imagine having that conversation with somebody? Yeah, I could only put 50,000 in.
At the time,
So
yeah. I had to wait like 10 seconds before I could put 500,000. This is such a hassle.
yeah. Oh man, that's so funny.
Here. Oh yeah. I have one
No,
here.
go ahead.
Great. In the Swissborg annual meeting, we've been told that the first thematic would be about ESG. Do we know why the change, and can we expect an ESG thematic, or is that not really planned in the near future?
Yeah, good question. To be honest, here actually we the Web3 was called before a few weeks before was called Web3 ESG. Just because I mean in the end you have only proof of stake blockchain in this Web3 thematics. There is obviously here, and this is one of the criteria we have on our list to select the coins and the tokens inside this thematic. In the end, blockchain that follows the ESG follows philosophy. So just to say, yeah, we call it a few weeks before Web3 ESG, but we get rid of the ESG just, I mean, to have a clear focus. I think it's much easier to understand if you're a product, if there is really a clear focus. Otherwise, it would be a bit too vague, I think, to have like Web3 and ESG. It's where is the focus in the end? So the focus is here in our thematic Web3, but in the background, you still have the ESG philosophy if you want, if you know what I mean.
There's a couple of questions actually that kind of tie in nicely together. So I'm going to try to put these two questions together. The first one is, will it be possible to combine thematics with earn strategies? And the kind of follow-up question, which I guess goes into it, is, will there be a yield on the tokens in thematics?
So to the first question, combine earn and thematic. I mean, we didn't plan anything so far. I don't think in the near future that would happen. So yeah. And to the yield question, so yeah, there will be some yield. We don't call it yield for thematic. We call it a reward. In the end, it comes from staking, right? So that's what we will use. We will use staking, and but that will come a bit later. Hopefully later this year. Maybe here just one note on that. I think it's important to mention the focus in thematics is really the fact that you can just invest into something you believe, and basically in the background everything happens automatically. The rebalancing, we are reallocating each of the assets, etc., on a regular basis. So this is really the focus versus and the reward. That's like I would say kind of the cherry on the top. If there is a possibility, we will get it. I mean, obviously you cannot get a reward for all coins and token with low risk. So if there is a possibility, we will do it. Versus earn, the focus there is obviously the yield, and so yeah, I think it's important here to make the difference between both.
Yeah.
But it's good to know. It's nice to have. The winners for the giveaway have been announced, though. Sturdy, Krilleth, CHSB, Steve again, Mark, CRS, and Sway. DM me your Swissborg app IDs, and I'll make sure everything is here as quickly as possible. Well done, 25 CHSB each. Free money.
No Luca today.
No Luca today, but CHSB Steve, I think he won like 2 or 3 times so far, and I even joked about it before the thing even started. Patrick, we have just a couple of questions left. I think we can probably go through them all if you have a few minutes still, but let's try to do this quickly. Julianas has a great question. We start with 13 tokens in the first thematic. Could we one day see 20, 30, or 100 tokens, or are we just going out of one token to let one place free? For example, if Web3 suddenly has 3 new big players, could we see them implemented in the Web3 thematic, or is it just a 13 place steady thematic all along?
Yeah. I mean, at the moment we focus on certain coins inside the thematic. We want to start with that, experience how it goes. We just think it's kind of a good number to get a diversified investment. But I mean, yeah, I don't think in the near future we will change this number. Yeah, at least for Web3. But I mean, for other thematic, we are here. We don't want to focus on the number. We rather want to focus on on the uniqueness of the thematic, what I mentioned before, and I mean, if it should not be it should not be we should find the reason somewhere else and not like focus, I think, in the number of coins. So yeah, it's really open. I think it depends a lot of what is the thematic in the end, the number of coins inside. But yeah, I mean, for sure there will be thematics with many different number of assets inside.
I'm looking at Steve's question regarding thematics, because it kind of goes back to the whole earn idea. So the thematics will just earn money by growing it with AI. I mean, I'm talking as though I'm saying it from Steve, but thematics will earn by growing money with AI, rebalancing, smart engine. Then I'm fine. You know, basically don't need to use earn. So effectively, with thematics doing its job and making you money, very simply, don't have to do anything, automatically adding to your thematics and etc. Do you not really need earn effectively?
Hey, let's not create fights here.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I think both products are different. That's what I wanted to mention before. They have both different focus, and
Yeah.
that should be very.
And just before you carry on, Patrick, the reason I picked that question is because it allows you to make that distinction between the two and really emphasize the difference between thematic and earn, and that they are two separate products.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it depends then really what you want to achieve, right? And I see myself really thematics is more the thing. There is a topic in general you like, and you invest into it, and everything in the background happens automatically, so to say.
Yeah.
Versus if you yield on a specific token, you have like a specific purpose, right? And you know what you do, and it's different. And there, yeah, Swissborg Earn is obviously extremely focused on the yield. I mean, it's just about that basically, right? And versus again, thematics is a bit different in that way, where you invest in what you like. So I don't think, to sum up, I don't think they are here competitors in that sense.
Yeah. I think you said it best. It's down to the investor and what they're trying to achieve, and what they're looking to do.
So here we go. You've heard it here first. The thematics will enable you to invest in a purpose, in something that you believe in, and then everything else will be taken care of by Swissborg for you. So it's going to be a great tool to simplify your life when you are thinking of investing in a specific sector, or just when you can't be bothered to handpick the tokens yourself. Going to make everyone's life easier, and I'm particularly thinking about my parents in that case, just being able to buy thematics and let it be. I'm sure they're going to love it. Patrick, thank you so much for all of the answers that you've been bringing and your attendance in this small talk. Do you have anything that you'd like to communicate, that you'd like to share right now? We have a bit more than 35 people in the room, so it's a good opportunity to shout out something if you want to.
Yeah, I mean, again, thanks a lot for being here and asking your question. That's really, really cool, and I appreciate. I think the whole team appreciate a lot that. So really excited about launching Thematic with the whole team this week, and I'm looking forward to get feedbacks from you guys. So please provide us feedbacks, and so that we can keep the pace and improve Thematics as quick as possible. Yeah, cool. And thanks a lot again for attending this session.
Amazing.
Thank you for
so
coming.
much.
Thank you for being here, Patrick. Thank
Talk
you.
soon.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Thank you. Bye bye.